Hey lovelies, back to my channel. If you are new to the channel, if this is the first time you're seeing my face, my name is Janelle. The channel is called Love Janelle. I have been doing this YouTube thing for a while, dabbling for many years now, and I am ready. I've loaded my GUN and I'm not going to, I fired and then we'll aim. Ready, fire, aim. All right, so if you got the book reference, we're on the same page. Oh, anyway, so this video is just going over reasons or ways that you may be overlooking, things that you might be overlooking, why you're not manifesting or why we aren't some of the things that we want, right? So I've struck another revelation, and it's I've been saying it for months, but you have to be to be. So I'm giving the information that I have. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it doesn't, then you can leave what doesn't here. You might want to revisit in a few months, weeks, years, just because we're at different parts, different areas in our journey. So yeah, um, I wanted to start by I did write some notes, so I want to try and stay on track. But in my head, the video is morphing into something. If you have any questions, anyone on the live, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. I don't mind venturing down any of the questions that you have, but just wanted to point out, like, this is just going to be kind of random. These are just things that I've realized that I've messed up with. Maybe that you might find that you have been messing or skipping or tripping up on these things over and over again. So the I just wanted to quickly say, okay, so manifesting, who can manifest, right? We all have the ability to manifest. And what is manifestation? So manifesting is having a thought and following that thought, creating a desire for that um, thought, the thing, whatever you want to bring forth, and following through. There aren't technically steps. There are lots of hi Gary. Is I get what is this? This is number one. Hi, hello, welcome in. All right, so yeah, so creating, we are creators. We are, I believe, we are creators. With the co-creators, we are co-creators with the creator, which is God. I feel like God is everything. All right, so we bring our thoughts and make them become things with the assistance of God, and that is one of the things that I wanted to say was why you're having trouble manifesting. You're separating your power from God. You're giving all of your power to God. So unfortunately, with a lot of religions, people fall victim to this. Um, Feeling meek, feeling weak. Meek is weak. All right. So feeling less than, and you're unable to manifest from a weak state, a place of not having or less than. You might hear a lot of people talking about vibrating high and wondering what all of this stuff means in time. I want to help anybody that's at that portion of their journey. I've noticed that my the demographic that follows me typically anywhere from 25 to 35. That's the main demographic following me. So I realize a lot of my followers are the people who I was a few years ago. And of course I do have male followers here too. And I welcome everybody, anyone that wants to build and grow. Hold on one moment. appreciate that. I'm not gonna like follow the whole chat with that, but thank you, Gary. We'll keep that secret. So anyhow, um, I want to help the me that was here before. So a lot of these I'm going to leave up. A lot of these videos. If I realize I get a bit too personal in some of them, I may just leave them privated to my group, the Lovejoys. That's my subscription groups. I will be posting just more private videos in that group, just more get to know me. I just posting to social media is still not a comfortable thing for me yet, so I will slowly open up. So anybody wants to be more connected, I want to build a community. So it's not just, oh, I will teach you and that's it. I want to gain from you also, have a symbiotic relationship. Um, yeah, back on to what I was saying. I have to dial all the way back. That's why I didn't make notes. Let's go straight from the beginning again. I am not that comfortable yet. Just bear with me, please. This is live, and I've been doing YouTube for a while. Never felt like I could completely be myself. There are times where I like get a little silly. I feeling like in real life I'm not able to be myself as much anymore. I'm bothering people, I feel like. So, okay, like from the distance, I guess people want to be in my space because I look like I'm having a lot of fun to myself, but I guess I could be a bit much. So I think expressing myself online may be the best for me right now. Anyhow, so we're going to go over manifestation, why some of the reasons why you might not be manifesting. I am going to call this a loaded gun series. I might have it more structured and long form content. I'm seeing, or maybe this might be this first episode, we'll see. But who can manifest? Like I said, we all have the ability to manifest. Manifestation is just us taking our thoughts and bringing them forth to become things. There are lots of methods in which you can manifest, and I believe all of them should incorporate, or will, they can only incorporate, whether you want to acknowledge or not, God. So I believe there is a creator. I believe we are also creators. We co-create with the creator. We need to let the creator know what our desire is by making a decision. We need to decide on what we want, be very clear, have that burning desire, and stay fixed upon that desire until we're able to bring it forth into fruition. Again, there are lots of ways for you to be able to bring these thoughts, these feelings, these desires forth, the things that you want. I can go over a few of them. I have used a few of them. Um, is Gary back again? It doesn't show a person, but it shows hello, hello. Something was deleted. Oh, I didn't delete it. I just didn't. Anyway, so okay. Um, as far as the name of the series, and I'll say why I called it. I'm calling it the Loaded Gun series. Um, gun is the acronym. I heard it. It's not Bismarcky. Who was it that said it? I apologize. I don't remember. It's one of those poetic rappers from the 80s and 90s. But um, when I heard him say it, it resonated with me, and I started incorporating these things to be able to bring some things forth. I'm gonna step back and talk about my other techniques and things I've manifested a little later on, but right now I want to again explain the GUN. So G is comes first, always, and it's God. You have to put God first in everything. All that you want, um, goodness from, all that you want to bring forth, you need to include God in the mix. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out. Um, you can disagree if you'd like. This is not the place for that right now. Um, yeah. So God first. Everything you do. When I wake up, first thing is thank God. Like I'm feeling my body. I'm breathing. Breathing reminds me. I wanted to start this whole video off with some breath work. So we're 10 minutes in. That's fine. We're gonna take some time to just breathe. All right. And the technique in which I use now when it comes to my breathing is something that helped me regulate my breath to lose weight. So I want to make a separate video on that. So future editing Janelle. Although this might not be too much edited, too much edited. This probably won't be edited, but I am going to go look back and then put the resources down below. So I want everybody to know whatever I speak about here, if I'm able to find a resource to help you or some proof or some studies and stuff, because I do like to read a lot of studies. I don't want to just speak out of nonsense, right? So I am going to um, try to remember where I was. And that's the thing. I did start taking some mushroom, the lion's mane, the powder, and I like go on and off to see how that works out. So we'll see if it helps, because I'm not sure how many people have experienced grief. I know for me, I know people had passed on and it was sad, but like as far as grief, I didn't know that you could lose a bit of your memory, and it could like muddle things up a little. So I'm working on that now, and I take creatine supplement, and I do that for my muscle growth as well. But I go back to now. God, I'm trying to remember where I was. God, we spoke just without God there, none of this would be possible. You cannot manifest without God. All right, and then you just have to think of it as you can create any kind of relationship you want with God. If you want to use religion to connect with God, that's fine. I just I would suggest you just be a little careful with again giving your power away. Um, yeah. So now we the U. After the G, we have the U, and the U is the universe. It's matter, it's science part of it. That's how everything connects. That's how the man can explain things, explain our magic, because they want to keep us separated from source, and the connection to source is nature, which is N in the gun. Right? And what all works when you work with nature. We are electric beings, especially melanated people. We are of nature, we are nature, so we need to be able to um, connect with source utilizing nature. All right. We get a lot of our energy from the sun. Some of us are deficient. I was one of vitamin D. I was on a strong regimen. I had to take like a pill once a week for very strong vitamin D. And I live in Florida, but we're not going out as much. Inside is killing us. So we need to be outside. We need to ground. Get your feet out in nature. I am grounding all the time, and I've recently started foot massages like regularly. It helps also with neuropathy, with diabetes. I currently have high sugar. I stressed myself back out of alliance, So I recently was in the hospital again, and that was with DKA, unfortunately for the third time. So it's like, okay, get it together. You can get the food together, and you can get like exercise and stuff, but then sometimes life and the harmony in which you create, sometimes it's just thrown off, and you have to just try and swim. You're trying to survive, right? Just keep swimming. So that happened, and I'm healing again. So until I can get to my doctor, which I have an appointment coming up next week, the week after, I can't remember, and I am just working with what I have right now, and I am grateful that I was able to learn my body before all of this, just because although anything can happen, and I just feel like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, whatever it is. What's the okay for? Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna have a good day. No matter. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to. Let me not sing anybody's song. So, um, foot massages to help with grounding. I've been looking to acupressure, and just I've been naturally modeling around, and then when I feel a certain part on my foot, I want to make a video about that. If you want a video of me showing like the acupuncture, acupressure, and what organs connect with whatever, let me know. I'm going to go back to explaining the gun. I did not do the breathing exercises, but it kind of connects with the feet too. So you're going to need God, the universe, and nature working together to manifest whatever you want. You have to be clear in what you want, and make a decision. And you make that decision by exploration. You need to explore because you want to create a vision of what you want. You not need to create experiences that you want to experience to become that person who you want to be. You want to visualize things. You need to look at things to activate your reticular activation system. That's whenever I say red car. Now after this, you're gonna start seeing red cars, red cars, red cars, red cars. You're gonna see more red cars on your drive home now because I said red car, right? So it works like whenever you do that to what you want, that's how it keeps you on track in order for you to see it in real life and feel it and embody it, right? That's how we bring things forth. Um, you need, I need to try and stay on my notes. And this is typically why I don't make videos like this, because editing this is a hassle, because my thoughts go all over. I'm hoping whoever is watching, if you're gaining anything from this, I appreciate you just listening. I have lots of thoughts, a lot of thoughts, and I guess this is going to become more of my outlet. I'm not even sure if anyone wants to listen. I don't say I don't care, but like I'm not concerned anymore. Now, but I do wanna even though I say like I'm not concerned because I just let it go, but I do want to. My goal is to help. All right. Um, so we're all creators working with the co-creators. I feel like the G-UN, God, the universe, nature. If you remember that, you can lock in and try and stay consistent with that. Like just making sure you check in with God every day, and just educating yourself on how the universe works, how matter, quantum physics is very interesting, and even though we were introduced in a way like in school, it was boring, we weren't interested. I feel like it's beneficial if we get back into the sciences, um, and see how it works with God. Um, there's been a lot of misinformation spread on purpose, and we are responsible to of educating ourselves, educating our families. All right, so know that you are powerful. Know that you can create any reality you want. I am living proof. Um, I never cared about a car. Like, you said I didn't care. This is Lucille, by the way. Cover the background just for safety reasons and stuff. But at this point, it's just about the message. It's a nice evening. I feel as if this message is for you. You know who you are. Right, you see 2121 when that happened. So if you're missing that angel number, lock in. All right, so I've been able to manifest some big things. Some things I'm gonna keep quiet for now. I'll probably put that um quietly with my love joys. Um, but where I live right now, I enjoy my neighborhood. I enjoy my neighbors. I feel like it's relatively safe. Um, I've created a little paradise for myself. I stem all over. I don't care. I'm me. I skip, I dance, I jump, and I do me. I don't like. It's just known that's just me, right? I don't care for attention. I don't care do it for attention. I just, if I feel like singing, I'll sing. If I feel like dancing, I dance. And if I feel like speaking, I will. And if I don't, I won't. And it took me a long time to get here. And I feel like it has a lot to do with my age and me becoming who I was meant to be, coming into myself, and I don't know, just becoming older. It's been it's given me a lot of the confidence, like, and I have the confidence to manifest what I want next, and then that's why actions I've recently taken. So one of the ways or one of the reasons that you're not manifesting is because you have to be. All right. So you are hindering yourself because you're saying you want one thing. You'll spend maybe 20 minutes of the day collectively. So you might spend 10 minutes of meditation time and um, spend a lot of time educating yourself, and it's time to actually work. But you might spend a few times a day just locking in on remembering that. But if you create your whole day around what or who you are wanting to become, that's how it happens. So like if let's say you have a day off of work, this is how you can help create that in your mind. Let's say you do want to become an influencer, right? Try to make sure um you schedule out your day. So if you usually have cleaning and a lot of stuff to do and you say, oh, I'm going to do it on my day off, don't do that. Try to spend 10 minutes a day on every task that you need to get done. Get that out of the way so that you have your one day off, right? You're going to plan everything that you would do as that person you want to become. So I did say influencer. So how would you start your day? What kind of videos would you do? How would you plan things out? And you have to also um, imagine the business side of things too. And that's one thing that people don't speak about a lot when it comes to this influencing thing. And that's why people might have a lot of views and stuff and they won't be getting paid. And then there's people who have less views but are consistently paid They don't understand the difference and why all of that is, and that's another thing I can explore on this channel. So these are all things to help you load your gun, because manifesting requires you to it doesn't require anything, it just requires you, like I said, you loading your gun. So all of these techniques, all of these methods, I will be going over on the channel. If you stay tuned for that. Like I said earlier to anyone joining, my name is Janelle. The channel is Love Janelle. I am right now I'm talking about manifestation and why yours haven't been working up until this point, and things that I was doing to hinder myself from certain um I was trying too hard with a lot of these things. I also have some techniques in which I use to manifest some things I have gotten. And I am currently sitting in Lucille. Why this is behind me, safety reasons. I'm live streaming. Usually I just edit that out and whatever. Lucille, I got her a few years back. It was just something I needed because I put all of my I put my money into education. I put my money into, and I'm saying education like I'm learning in traditional colleges and stuff. I'm talking about um, learning about acquiring wealth. Learning about just I like to mentioning before, like learn about sciences, because when you are learning about how the universe works with God and nature, it makes it a lot easier to manifest. I have confirmed we all have ability to manifest. We're manifesting all the time. We don't have a choice. Anything that you're perceiving right now, whatever you're seeing right now, you've created that for you to see right now, whether you like it or not. All right, there is no such thing as good or bad. It is just how you're perceiving it. All right, so we could all be in the same location as far as how we are seeing one object. It's going to vary based on our past experiences. And I encourage your past experiences to be fruitful, rich. Try to travel whenever you can. Experience new foods and flavors. Go on walks, go out in nature, enjoy life to the fullest. You don't need a lot of money to enjoy a lot of things. I have some practical ways. So if you do have limited money, there are ways to be able to acquire some of the luxurious things in life on a budget. So if that's the kind of content you want from me, I can also come back with things like that. So you can all of those experiences help you to manifest more, because when you get out there with free events and low cost events, you are exposed to people of different walks of life. So you might be on there, say, in the same vicinity as a person that can help you get to the next step, and in you are in the same locale. They may be um, paying a certain amount, the kind of money that you'll end up being able to easily pay, but you might be using a Groupon. You don't have to let anyone know that you're doing that. You're going to be perceived in the same way as that person who spent all of that money. So then you are being that person, because it's just the thought of this person having money is what makes them more valuable. But if you are being perceived the same way, if you're able to look and act and walk and talk, you're not trying to mimic them. You are experiencing these things, so they are by default allowing you to act in another way that you previously weren't acting in that way. So you end up being, and then you'll start to see things fall into place. Things will start to happen where you'll start to experience things by proximity to this person who has it all already, right? You'll be able to receive the goodies just because you're next to them. So everything's showering down on them. vibrating highly. And it doesn't always have to be money. I'm just using it as an example because honestly, that's usually what a lot of us want. We want the more money for the more experiences in life, and that's what we all desire. That's what we all deserve. All right. So um, Jesus Christ wasn't one of meat needs. So if you are um religious and believe that that's one of those things that need to be in place, that you have to have less, you have to be less in order to receive more, it makes no sense. It's like attracts like. So this rich person, that kind of person, that's, we could use it again. I used it more like a in my head it was more like a club, like a what's it, like a golf club society type of thing, but not necessarily for days, just a exclusive group, exclusive place or whatever. You don't have to see yourself as meek, less than, and not able to access. You will still be able to gain access to these places if you, or things or experiences, if you just open up and request that. So you request that by exposing yourself. So you might expose yourself by looking at a YouTube video, watching somebody else experience the experience, and enjoying the experience vicariously through them. You'll find that synchronicities happen. You activated your reticular activation system, and you'll start to see things that are going to draw that experience that you want closer to you. And that's why I mentioned earlier, like a Groupon or something will become available to you. It might just be free, because like money is more of an idea as opposed to actually, it's a tool as well, I guess. But that, again, for me, I feel like money is more of an idea, because if I've agreed that this is worth something and you've agreed that it's worth something, then it's worth something. If I decide it's not, then so be it. And that's what money is. That's what most things in life are. And that's why I feel like a lot of things, we're going to go back to bartering, but anyway, I knew that was going to happen. Lost my train of thought again, but just know that you have to be, and in order to be, you have to expose yourself. So yeah, as I was saying, expose yourself in a YouTube video or so, experience that, things will happen, you will end up in that place, and then you'll be like, wow, this actually is cool. I imagined it. I was able to experience it through someone else. I felt those emotions, and then God created a way where there wasn't a way, and you experience. I mean, it all starts with gratitude, it ends with gratitude. It's all to remain grateful. All right, that's name number one. Um, 1 second. All right, I'm just looking at the percentage of my phone and the time. I think I might um I don't have a time in mind. Um you're aware that manifestation is happening all the time, regardless of whether you are um actively aware of it or not. Whenever something you perceive as bad is happening, it's you inviting that into your energy field. We don't like to accept that, but we're okay with accepting when something good happens, and we call it lucky. So just be aware that you are responsible for all, the good and the bad, however you perceive it. And in another video, I can go into good and bad and perception, and because it is all just perception. Nothing is either or. They're both, and they're nothing at the same time. And that's there's lots of experiences you've experienced in your life, and then you thought it was the worst thing that could ever happen, and then something good came from it. So we say it came from it, but wasn't it the good happening from the beginning? And it would just have to go through what something that we perceive to be bad, right? And sometimes the worse it is, like the better the good can be too. And it let me mentally think about a lot of the people that we I used to be a conspiracy theorist, so we'll just say that. But I say used to be because I'm still aware that conspiracy theories are usually the truth, and the only difference between the reality that we're in and that conspiracy theory is like time in the linear fashion, right? But a lot of the people that we used to accuse of sacrificing their family members, I think that was just very horrible. It was horrible because not to say there aren't things like that. I can't tell you here nor there whether that's true or not, right? What I will say is the same part of your brain that is stimulated through grief is that same portion of the brain that is stimulated, I believe, with motivation. Don't quote me exactly. I believe that's what the connection was, right? So you've activated that, and there's different ways you can go with grief. You can fall into a very deep depression. You can stay in that depression as long as you can or possible and remain a victim. And a lot of us do that. We do it for a while, and sometimes we just have to snap out of it and like take responsibility for ourselves. I mentioned in a previous video with my grief, I realized there were times in the day where it hit me that I had not grieved enough that day for my loved one. And I purposefully made myself cry, not necessarily bawl for everybody to hear or anything, just I had to actively put myself back in a state of grief, which was very, very, very horrible on my emotional state, my physical, my mental, like my body collapsed. And that was the second time I had ended up in the hospital with DKA. So um, definitely need to take care of yourself, especially when you're experiencing emotional turbulence. So making the decision to not grieve anymore was very empowering. Making the decision to just go after my own goals, my own dreams, my own desires, and unfortunately, that did mean putting my son and the second um level. And honestly, that's where he should have been. You shouldn't put anyone ahead of you, ever, ever, ever. Mothers, don't do that. Um, I'll be here for him as long as there's breath in my body, and afterwards, of course, I set things in motion. So hopefully, things do fall into place. If God forbid I don't stay here, but um, you have to. You know, with that hole, you can't pour from an empty cup. My cup was empty, and I was fat as hell. I was 219 pounds. I was making more money than I had made ever. Um, we were able to enjoy more, and I guess that also helps me be in that position to be eating the things I shouldn't have been eating. So it's like there are pros and cons with everything, good and bad. I do like to call it that because it's there. Like I want to drive home. It's just your perception. Because to me, I honestly feel like I had to go through all of that in order for me to be here, and in order for me to appreciate where I am now. I am so grateful for everything I have. Everything in my life right now is everything that I had exposed myself to back in 2016. Everything that I had wanted and everything that I believed that I could give me a second. Everything that I believed I could manifest for myself. So you have to resonate with whatever vision that you create for yourself. Okay, hold on. Why are you struggling? Oh wait, I really not know. Anyway, hello, Joanna. So, if you have any questions, specific questions, you can. I'm talking about manifestation, but if you want to talk about waist beads, we can, or manifesting with waist beads, because I do believe I used my waist beads to manifest. Oh, and luckily we already have some waist beads. I'm talking about ways or reasons that your manifestations might not be working. So those kinks, we can just get them out. Um, I can make some waist beads. I did make some on live yesterday. I think I'll do more of a structured type of video for that. But if you are interested in oh yay, how about science? I'm cool with metaphysical, and I feel like I not say I don't feel like I know enough. I'd like to venture into things um seasonally, but right now I feel like I don't know where I feel like I'm more into flow. I guess yeah, I am into metaphysical right now. There are times where I get seriously into science. All right, so I really don't remember. Okay, manifesting with waist beads. You want to go over some of that? I have videos and I can link them. Just explaining or showing how I do that. Usually, I select the beads that I want and I set my intention. I think about the colors that correspond with the beads I want. So let's say I wanted some protection. I might use some black string. I want to decide what type of string. The string could be elastic. I could have multi-purpose for the waist beads because you can use them to manifest. Usually you want to have lower waist for manifestation, but you don't have to. Um, and then there are weight loss accountability waist beads that you usually wear around your waist. I use those to lose 80 pounds. So, and I don't have a bunch of loose skin. There's a little bit, but not a lot. Like, I'm 40 years old, so it's gonna be. I feel like if I had done this, I don't know. I don't even care. I'm happy with me. And then I don't feel like I worked very hard, for it. I manifested my body, and I'm continuing to manifest. I'm doing a 30-day booty work challenge over on my TikTok. I'm gonna try to find a way to get the videos over here. So we want healthy bodies. We want bodies that we're happy with. We need to be happy with the body that we're with now because you know what? The fact that it works is amazing. You can't purchase anything so wonderful. You genuinely can't. So all right. So yeah, manifesting. You can use the waist beads for accountability waist beads. You can add crystals to them. So I have some of these little crystal rock thingies. This one is citrine. Citrine brings abundance. It's yellow, has a little white too. So that's a good one if you are getting into business. You want to make some money. You want to in that queen bee energy. You want to stand into your royalty because yellow. It's also beauty. Beautiful Oshun. Um, the deities. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, get into some of those things too. But yellow, um, green nature. I don't get into too much. I feel like everyone knows this. But if you're rocking with me, I appreciate you. I appreciate this outlet. I appreciate this community we're growing. And I'm talking about the people here in the future as well as the ones here now. And speaking to you and you're experiencing it now. So it is now for where you are. But if we're thinking of time as being linear, it already happened and I'm in the past. Currently, I'm in your future, which is your current time. Anyhow, um, let's look at this. Another reason why you might not be able to manifest right now is because you have some evil eyes on you. And I did not want to believe that. I'm the first to say there's no such thing as the devil, but I will say malevolent thoughts can really, really get through. Um, People are able to feel hate a lot easier than, well, you're able to feel love regardless because you are love, we are love, right? But we've been trained to experience that envy and that it's not a good thing. And if you are around people who spew that a lot, it's going to be very difficult for you to manifest exactly what you want. So you're going to have to make yourself a little sanctuary, some peace, some place. So like I was making videos inside and I realized those videos aren't getting as many views or not as much traction as the ones where I'm just sitting in my car and speaking and being myself. And I realized that's because this is where I am. This is my sanctuary for many years. Because this car was just something I was given, and I felt like it was going to be temporary. But I realized how many experiences I was able to experience by not having a card note, and yeah, I got to travel more and fix my place up and how I want it and stuff, right? So I enjoy her. I should take care of her a little better. I called her Lucille, and I was gonna be spending a few videos in here and see how it goes because um I've been sitting in her for like most of most of this journey, most of like living in different homes. Just I've even lived in here technically, like I've gone through it, and it's just having all my stuff and having to go like it's there's been times where I've been just sitting in a random park. It's not random, it was always one parking lot depending on where I was, but just sitting in the car for hours. There's even times where like I would come home from work, like before it was like work from home. And now it's no work, but this is work now. But I would sit down and just sit here like just like this, like have my legs up and whatever and just chill and think about the world, think about life, and just I don't know, whenever it is bad, good, whatever. So I feel like energetically, Lucille is where I should come to speak with you, whoever is interested in being on this journey also. Um, yeah, this is just protecting. I was gonna say my anonymity, but it's also just other people. I just don't really like people be walking by, and I don't really want them in view and how to handle all of that. I won't be necessarily vlogging people's faces and things like that in the meantime until I figure out how all of this stuff is working. Because a lot of these AI um, things, the images, I find it difficult to believe that they're all made up. Like those people are looking very, very like people, and of course, it's mechanics that are making them do that and weird stuff. But as far as the features on their face, I'm pretty sure there's one that looks exactly like me, and we've probably given some of our rights up to use it. Well, probably we definitely have. But as far as using our images, because heard something about I don't want to venture too much into it yet because I don't know much about it, but websites possibly um causing us to use fingerprints or biometrics to access them, and I feel like I'll be out by then. And from a metaphysical standpoint, I just feel like spiritually, I feel like it's too much, and that's integrating with tech too much. And although I mean, I'm torn because I do believe that tech is the next level. It's the AI. I welcome the technology in which is taking over the menial work, the things that we don't want to do. So we're able to enjoy the life we want to live and want to create. And in order to do that, we do need a community, symbiotic relationship, where you will sit and learn from me, I will learn from you, and the watch time is what's going to create um, that it's going to transmute into monetary value in order for us to live. And I feel like that's very possible for lots of us. And we can use a lot of the extra funds to continue to learn and grow and teach. So, again, it's that cycle. The elders are necessary. Every generation is necessary right now. And it's weird that there's this little like war going on between. I don't take any of it seriously, but we definitely all need one another. Yeah, we do need one another, and we're all, because even like people who hate boomers, um, need conflict for resolution. This man has a mango stick. If he's getting mango, I want a mango. I don't know this person. Let's see. You getting mango from somewhere? You getting mango from somewhere? Where are you getting mango from? Avocado from where? Okay, there's a tax. So if you're getting avocado from there, I want one. I want one. I'm doing a live right now. I'll come in a minute. Ooh, I guess I have to work for supper. So I earlier I wanted avocado. So look at God, right? Working the universe, synchronicities. And we're gonna go pick some avocado in nature. So it's been real. You know, maybe I'll take you with me for it because it's almost an hour. I could do the whole hour, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to record that person, so I won't do that. Just wanting to close the video out by having a moment of love. All right, so we're gonna start something new, I guess. Reminder: all the resources and stuff is gonna be in that description. Things that I'm talking about. I know I've been kind of all over the place, and I want more structure going forward, but I'll probably do landscape and edit and do all of that going. But right now, this is real raw, and if you want I guess more frequent videos, because I'm gonna try to go live. I'm going to not try. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna be streaming my life more because I have kind of an exciting life. I it sounds not exciting, like not exciting like rich people exciting, but I mean like maybe like boho exciting, just fun. Like I just live for the moment, you know. So I'm gonna be doing stuff like that, going to the beach and having do my picnics and just having that solo experience that I couldn't do for a while. My son is old enough, living his life and doing his thing, so I'm going to be rediscovering myself. I will be going out with learning people and going out and do. I feel anxious saying that, but I'm gonna yeah, really work on becoming me. Moment of love. So we're gonna take a deep breath in. And what are you breathing? All right, because this is what I do for working out. This is what I do for like when I'm running, like exercising, like strength training, um, and meditating, and just because I we naturally are breathing wrong for the most part. So I lay back, comfortable in the position, and honestly, this my car is like one of the best places for me to do breathe like breath work. Because see, I'm able to completely open up. You see how my seat goes back a bit. So if you have a reclining chair, or if you're in a car, if you have a car, or if you can borrow someone's car for a moment, you can just sit and either night you just recline it, all right. Completely relax into the chair. You can choose to close your eyes. It's usually easier to close your eyes, but if you're doing something while doing the breath work, obviously you want to decide. All right, so make sure you have complete um freedom, no restrictions. No, see, this is just like a light. This is a light um thing. So usually when I do any kind of meditation or slowing down, I try to get the kinks out by like moving around. And as far as women are concerned, in our midsection right here, it's where we keep a lot of the stress, grief, and all of that. So you can shake that out before doing any type of but you can do breath work before. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so uh, claps. All right. So we're gonna take a deep breath in, but we're not going to breathe through your mouth. You're going to breathe through your nose, and instead of filling the lungs, you're going to fill the stomach. Now, above the stomach, you have like a strip here, your diaphragm. You feel it more when you're having hiccups. It's involuntary movement, like involuntarily moving. Like we don't know what causes hiccups, but it's annoying when you get them. You can't get rid of them, right? But you want to make that expand as much as possible. So when you're taking that breath in, you're going to imagine like white. No, it doesn't have to be white. It just has to be clear energy, clean air. That's why it's necessary. It's not necessarily, but it's good to be out in nature. We don't want a lot of the inside in your insides, right? Be outside for your outside to be on your inside. So trees, lakes, nature. I'll do this in nature next time. All right, but you can just lean back a bit. Take it breath in through your nose. Imagine all of the good carbon, like oxygen coming in from all the plants through your nose. Fill your stomach, and you're gonna hold it. So as you're bringing it in, you're gonna do a count of four. You're gonna hold it for a count of four, and when you letting it out, you're gonna let it out through your mouth for a count of four. And we can do that. Let's see, 3 times. All right. So, ready? We're going to lean back. You can close your eyes. Like I said, you can all have your arms however you want open. I'm going to receive in love, joy, nature, God's energy, the universe conspiring to bring us to our ultimate goal, our desires. All right. So we're going to take a breath in through the nose, fill up the stomach, expand that diaphragm. Now, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to breathe in through our nose. Mm, mm, mm. 4. Hold it for 4. And then down. Out for 4. The irony, like accepting that nature is gonna nature and children will be children. Alright. So again, one more time, keep that peace. The internal peace will remain no matter what's happening around us, right? So in through the nose, expand the diaphragm, fill the stomach with air. Hold it and out slowly for 4. Instant endorphin high. All right, so I thank you for spending time with me today. We've reached the hour mark. See, everything works out how it's supposed to. I'm gonna go get myself an avocado because I need those good fats. I don't want to lose too much. Have a good, a wonderful night. Be blessed, everyone. Comment what time you got to see this live if you're watching the playback. Let me know when you where you're located, what your name is, you gotten anything. If you want to share anything, if what you manifested or what you're planning to manifest. But again, I want to quickly go. So much love, Janelle.